Good evening, and welcome to the Hiekodelic Show. We would like to take this moment to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is strongly advised. So sit back, have yourself a nice cool drink or hot drink, and enjoy the show. And welcome once again to the Hiekodelic Show.
Whoa!
Yeah!
Hey!
There we are!
Hey.
That's a surprise. I just looked around and there you were.
That's the way to do it.
Just jumped in
Wow.
there.
Where do you guys come from? I thought it was,
I don't even know.
having a
where I
quiet
came
evening
from.
at home.
Yeah. Well, I didn't move, but you guys switched, so it kind of freaked me right out. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Hang on,
Derek
there's
likes it on the bottom, I heard.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
hey,
hey.
oh.
Oh,
Well,
That's it.
I'm sure if I was inclined to, I probably would.
Yeah, there you go.
You know.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So how's everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Hiekodelic Show. Hi,
you mean
fans.
only one thing.
Woohoo! Who's our first fan today? Can you see them?
Who? What? We have fans?
Yeah, we do, actually. I think we have 3.
Oh. Well, I'm not even gonna tell you who our first fan is. La, 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 la. Well.
Cheers!
Whoa.
All together now.
Four banana, 5 banana, 6 banana more.
Cheers
You should
again.
do that. You should do that on
Yeah.
stage live, Derek, with the House of
Well,
Haunt.
so-
We'll play that.
Yeah, the
Record it and we play that.
Dickies covered that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somewhere, yeah, on a 45.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Dickies are around anymore, are they?
I don't know.
Hmm.
We should investigate one day
We should.
and say, hey, boys, we'll have them
We
come
should
on the
check
show and say, we're playing your tune, man.
Well, that's not the Dickies. The Dickies just covered it.
Yep.
The Dickies. Let's see if the Dickies are still around.
People are going, what are you talking about? Who are
Well,
the Dickies?
The Dickies is a Canadian punk band from.
Are we
Yeah.
Canadian?
No,
I've never
it's a Canadian. No, I just said that. They're a Canadian clothing line.
Dickies.
Oops.
All right, the Dickies. Here
Yeah,
we go.
We've got a time delay here. Hang on.
Oh, excuse me.
The Dickies are an American punk rock band formed in the San Fernando Valley, Los Angeles, in 1977. One of the
Right.
longest tenure punk bands has been in continuous existence for over 40 years.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
So
cool.
Since the 70s, 77, they've still been going. Good for them.
That's till 2017. That's 40 years, man. Holy crap.
yeah.
that's
Nice.
I remember getting a 45 by them, and it was on white vinyl, and it was a cover of White Christmas, the Bing Crosby song.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Done Dickie style, yeah.
yeah.
Hi, Deborah.
Oh, Deborah. I saw
Deborah,
Deborah
hello.
this weekend. Woohoo.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
I saw Deborah and Neil and Joe and I saw a bunch
Oh,
of
did you go to a little music thing or something?
yeah, we went to the Moon Howlers Bash and
Yes. When that
Yeah,
was good?
it was a good time. Great people.
Excellent. Yeah.
It's always fun there.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful night too. It was a little overcast, but with a nice moon, and you can still see some stars, right?
Was it a full moon
Yeah.
on Saturday?
It
that-
was. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, it's quite the moon. Yeah, I was outside then, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing here.
Harvest moon, right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Friday
It was
night.
big then.
Wasn't it Friday when it was bright orange?
Yep. Yeah.
Or was-
Saturday. Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
What
I
the
looked-
actual
yeah.
mood was Saturday morning.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
Friday night, but yeah,
Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite large and orange, and I couldn't believe the actual color. It was actually orange. It was amazing. I tried taking pictures, but
It doesn't
modern
do it justice.
technology. No, not. And
Yeah.
I did a little video, and I said it right on the video. I said, nothing beats the human eye.
No.
Yeah.
Because the cameras to do all this auto lighting and all this nonsense now, and you just looked at it, and it was smaller, looked further away, it just looked like a white ball. I go, well, that sucks, right? But yeah, it was pretty cool.
So, how was your week? What did you do? I know you sent me some pictures. Here, I'll try and put the pictures. I'll put them up on here.
On your phone, okay?
Yeah, watch this.
All right,
All
here,
right.
modern technology, folks. Watch what we can
right.
do. Woohoo!
This is like hooking a video machine into a video machine. Okay, so
Yeah, look at that. That's myself at the show with my favorite. How you say it? Favorite lady that comes along with me and enjoys all the rock bands. That's Caitlin.
your
She
favorite
is.
groupie?
Yeah, she's one of our fans as well.
Cool.
Hope she's listening tonight. And that would be. See the shirt I'm wearing?
Mm-hmm.
That's Anvil. Those old farts. I mean, they rocked that place. It was incredible. And for a long time now,
Lips and Rob Reiner and
yeah.
Oh, I forgot the bass player's name because he's the bass player. Who remembers the bass player?
Yeah.
Unless you're Victor Wooten.
And you know what? I have the whole thing. I recorded it. They actually did a drum solo.
Yes.
Like, when's the last time you saw a drum solo?
Well,
like, holy shit. It was awesome.
And then.
Yes. And that is Tears of a Deity.
Yeah.
They got a chance to jump up in front of the equipment there just before the Anvil. They were the opening band, and they rocked the play. They did great. They played a couple of new tunes too. So yeah, all in all, awesome night. I want to do it again.
Mm-hmm. With our good old pal Terry Code.
Yes, yep, Terry Code.
Our good chum.
Hopefully we can get to one of these shows together. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, hey, you can all come to one of my shows.
Oh yeah, of course you will.
But Derek, it could be anybody. You wear masks. You might not even know it's you.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point.
It might not
I wouldn't know it was you either.
You might.
All right, we'll all wear masks. That's it.
Yeah. I actually encourage people to dress up. Why not, man? Come to a show, have fun, do it.
Yeah, we had fun there.
You don't get to dress up often, and why not just dress up?
Yeah.
Come out whenever you want.
It's funny, just being there. Every once I hear, "Hey, Heiko," and I'm like, "Who the hell was that?" I'm getting popular now. I'm almost a rock star, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Having the show was pretty cool. A lot of good fans there, and I supported the band. I bought their newest CD. I bought this awesome shirt.
Yeah.
Right. And it was funny because I was wearing a Volbeat shirt when I got there and those crazy sunglasses.
Yeah.
And when I went outside later, some chick yelled at me, "Hey, there's the guy that wore the Volbeat shirt." so I had to lift it up and show her. It was hilarious, man. So it's funny how people recognize you or see her or whatever. It was pretty neat.
So still did the dildo solo?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
And that freaked people out. A lot of people have never seen that. Caitlin had never seen that. And she's looking at me and she's going, "He's got a dildo in his hand." I said, "Yeah, and he's playing his guitar with it." Yeah. And he went right out off the stage, and it was really well done. Really cool.
Yeah, he used to have a vibrator too. So each time
really?
Whatever he uses, he changes it up, right?
Yeah. But I was still very partial to the drum solo, man. That was just so good to see again.
Rob is if you've never seen Anvil live, I've seen them live a few times.
Yep.
Rob is a phenomenal drummer.
Yes.
Like he is a stupidly good drummer. He's awesome. He practices, he knows what he's doing, he's theory and everything. But when you watch him, you just go, wow, like he's amazing, right?
Yeah.
He is. He's a professional drummer. He is what it takes to be a thrash drummer, right?
Yeah.
And he was been there since the beginning.
Yeah, and the way he changes it up and stuff, and it's hilarious watching them because the boys got fans going. They still got their long hair, well, except the bass player. They got their long hair going, right? Their hair is all flat, and it's white. So you see the drummer. He's got his long hair going. He's going nuts. He's got a joint in his mouth the entire freaking show.
Yep.
And just a great band to watch live.
And if you watch, Lips always has his fucking fanny pack. He's had the same fanny pack since like the 80s.
Nice.
So in my old band, I recorded where they rehearse. So it was called Voodoo Studios, and so when we were recording our album, Lips came in, and we chilled out for a bit, listened to a couple of our songs, and that was about it. But yeah, that was my encounter with him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Guys are pretty cool. Still signing autographs, like all that stuff. And I'd like to promote again, if anybody out there gets a chance to see their documentary, their movie on Anvil, watch it. You know, because you see their talent, you see them on stage. I grew up with them, and you go, why are they playing in a bar? Right?
Yeah.
Where other bands from that era, so okay, some of them are in bars too, but they're not a big stadium band.
No, but the guys that they were playing with are superstars. They were playing with Metallica and Bon Jovi and Poison and all those guys back then, right? Who made it super big, and they never did. So obviously, I can't say 100%, but to me, it's got to be management. Or
a lot of it,
some internal shit that we don't know about.
Yeah,
right.
It's all in the movie, the documentary.
I'm gonna tell you, like, being in a band is hard, right? You have a lot of internal stuff, and especially if you're in it with like friends.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If you're in a band, like they've been together forever since like high school, right?
Yeah. And if you're touring, like if you're that big of a band, you're with your buds every day.
Yeah, you're not gonna like each other. You're gonna have times where it's gonna, but you're more of a family then. You're not friends. It's like your cousin. You know what I mean? It's
right.
It's crazy, but sometimes too, it's like also like having 3 or 4 girlfriends, because
you know what that's like.
Well, no, I know. No. This is what I imagine it would be like.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Fucking guy. No, but because you have a bunch of people you have to take into consideration their feelings, then their interests, and like just a whole bunch of things, and you're gonna spend a lot of time together. You may not want to. You know what I mean? It could be. You could be resenting someone or something.
Well, you gotta agree on shit that you're gonna do in the show and songs and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yep. And you also have to know too when to give and what fights to fight, right? It's like anything.
Yeah.
What do we got Richard saying here?
It's got George on my father's side of North Londoners. I've had the pleasure of meeting Her Majesty the Queen, honour of serving her and other members of the royal family, including Charles. Let us have a toast in memory of Her Majesty. God bless her soul and long live the King. So there you go, Richard. The Queen
long
is
live
dead.
the King.
Long live
I
the
haven't
King.
heard that. I haven't heard
long
that
live the King.
since
Yeah, it's
the
weird,
last
isn't it?
movie I
Weird.
watched. Yeah.
Very strange. Times are changing, I think, with all that kind of stuff, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Festival Junior, yes. Junior, as we all know, Junior had a little bit of a setback there for a little while. And he's doing much better. So he got out to do his first performance, I guess, in front of people
The
since.
fundraiser at the Rock Pile Sunday. Nice.
Yeah, it was a Rush tribute.
Yeah, saw the pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Junior. Well, before I say too much, maybe you want to come on in a little bit. I'll send you a thing. Send me just say yes or no if you want to come on, and I'll send you the link.
Send you a link, and then maybe you can join us for a bit.
We've got somebody that's missing tonight, so
Because see if we
we're a trio.
slide Derek's fat head over a little bit, we got room right beside him there to stick your face in.
Whoa! I'm gonna tell you right now. The last thing I have is a fat head.
No kidding.
Honestly, I gotta like I wear kids hats.
Do you?
You know what I mean? Oh, I got a small head.
Oh, when it comes to that, I got the fat head.
Oh, me too.
My motorcycle helmet is a double extra large.
Is it?
Wow.
Yeah.
I got an extra large helmet, and I put a toucan inside it. Literally for like snowmobiling, right?
Does that mean you're more intelligent than Heiko because you got a bigger head?
I've heard stories about that. The big fat head and blah blah, more room for the brain.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how that all works.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey, there's Danny.
Yeah, we got Danny from Country Stop Burgers.
Yes.
Right.
In Ballantrae, just on 48.
Yeah, there's still lots of people talking about the hamburger eating contest, and they keep asking me, "When's the next one? When's the next one? I want to go have a burger." So we'll have to plan another one sometime in the fall, and we'll have everybody down again. That was a good time.
Yeah.
He's got a there's some of the pictures there.
Yeah.
The guy beside you there, like below me with the headband on, he was so serious. He was just down in there. He got in there like 10 minutes, and all of a sudden he was just sweating buckets, man. He had the meat sweats happening.
Yeah.
But from what I hear, there's a woman challenger out there. She's into fitness and everything, and she couldn't make it to the last one because she had a wedding to go to.
In her mouth or what?
I'm telling you, Danny told me. She says, "I'll kick all their asses," and it's like,
no, but
whoa, really?
Is she like a power lifter or something? Because
I'm not 100% sure. Danny could probably tell us if he's still listening. But that would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Because all the guys that came to eat, except for two, were pretty big boys, right? And you go, "Oh yeah, these guys can eat."
Oh, Nikki's gonna call you tomorrow, George.
Okay. You gotta love technology, right?
I love it. Yeah. Can't get a hold of me one way, get a hold of me another.
That's right. We just do it. I think we messaged each other on Facebook, and then I left a couple of messages on voicemail, and then I was okay. It's cool.
We're playing in maybe in a few weeks.
All right. See? Maybe next month, boys, in October, we'll have another whole showdown at the Country Stop Burger.
The Halloween showdown.
But I'm telling you, so I had Keisha down there. She came to watch, and it was her actual first time having one of Danny's burgers, Danny Michelle's burgers, and she could not believe how good it was.
Yeah.
She had a banquet burger. So did I. Just fantastic.
I had before I quit eating meat, I dropped in there quite a few times.
Yes.
Great burgers, great fish.
Yeah, you like the fish and chips there, right?
Yeah. It's his batter's more fluffy. I don't mind that, right?
Yeah.
Some people may not. I like it.
Oh, some people don't like batter at all. They just want the fish.
Just want
right?
the fish. Yeah. Yeah. I like fish sandwiches too. I have one of those there too. But yeah.
So
the tartar
Derek, it's not a vegan thing that you stop meat. It's a health thing, right?
Yeah. It's not because I think animals are cute and we shouldn't eat them.
Yeah.
It's because my stomach doesn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
What it was, I'll tell you. I was getting bloated whenever I'd eat, and I literally my stomach was sticking out and it was just hurting. Right? Been to specialists honestly for forever since
from just red meat.
Teenage. Huh?
Red meat?
Yeah. So I went and I got checked out. I had some quantum science machine check me out.
Yeah.
Really weird stuff. And right away they said, like, what it is your small intestine's inflamed because it's working too hard to try and digest the red meat.
Ah.
And they're like, how much red meat do you eat? And I'm like, I grew up on a farm. I had, roast beef and potatoes every Sunday.
Yeah.
My mom made hockey pucks. She wasn't good at Yorkshire puddings. So
Yep.
they always sank, right? So I called them hockey pucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up on meat. I'm allergic to milk and meat, red meat, basically.
Can you do like chicken or pork and shit like that? Or
no pork, definitely not. Anything greasy, like duck. I love duck, but can't eat it. It just kills me. Just
really
for me. Yeah. Fish is seems to be about the only thing that I can eat that doesn't really hurt. If it's too greasy, it hurts.
Yeah.
It's still fried. Yeah.
Wow, buddy.
There you go.
And that started that what age did that start at?
Forever. When I was a kid, I couldn't have wheat.
Oh.
Anything with wheat made me sick as a kid.
Oh wow.
So apparently my whole life I've been a problem.
Problem child.
Yeah.
Wow.
One way or another.
Yeah. Wow.
So, and that's my medical history.
No, I wasn't prying. I just wanted to clarify it wasn't, like you say, a vegan thing.
Yeah. Look into keto. Yeah. No, I've checked out keto too. And so far, pescatarian seems to work.
All right. Oh, and if you guys are wondering, that's not a fly on my lip or hair.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You were doing hot knives and it slipped.
I know. Oh, Jesus. It happens to the best of us, right?
Yeah.
So just gotta wait till it goes away. Yeah.
I thought they would have taken care of that in makeup before he came on, actually.
You know what? My makeup lady, she had a little bit too much sauce today, so.
Oh, okay, that's okay then.
She's wavering with the wand and stuff, and I'm like, have another drink. Go sit down. Go watch the show. I'm good.
Hey, seeing that we were just talking about my body parts, maybe we should talk about George's backside a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, but his body parts.
Yeah. Oh. No, not his body parts, just his backside.
All right.
Yeah, just the backside. But before we move on, you're talking about Anvil and like seeing big bands in like small venues.
Yep.
I had a couple of those experiences. One was with Status Quo, depending where you're from.
Yep.
And I mean, they were huge in Europe. They weren't big over here, but they were massive in Europe.
Yep.
And I remember seeing them like actually in like huge concerts. And then I think it was like the early noughties when I still lived in Ajax, and they played the Hard Rock in Toronto.
Oh,
the old Hard
really?
Rock. Yeah, upstairs, and literally, I thought they're Status Quo, like, and then like they went back to Europe and they're playing big stadiums again. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And another one was like that from back in the day was Nazareth, and they played the Hard Rock, and I saw them there. I mean, literally, they walked past you to get to the stage, like from the washroom.
I sat right beside them at the Alma Combo.
Right. And I saw them up in Peterborough at the Festival of Lights, wherever it was called. They're there as well. And I saw them in like these massive venues. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen them in the big stadiums too. Great band as well. Damn.
Nazareth, I would have loved to see Nazareth.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I saw them twice. I think at the peak back in like the mid '70s. Just rock, man. They were just unbelievable.
Wicked.
I saw them at Maple Leaf Gardens and at the Alma Combo, and I think the other place was in Hamilton. It wasn't a Toronto stadium; it was somewhere else.
Right.
But yeah, great band. Holy shit.
Yeah. I think they stopped touring now. I think that Dan McCafferty, the lead singer, is a bit unwell. I think I don't think they're touring anymore. But the bass player had his son on drums. So, or was it? Yeah, I think that way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, or was it the guitarist? Yeah, he's had his son in. When I saw him in like 2003 or wherever it was.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a family concern business. But anyway, enough of that.
Oh, hey, Kathy, you made it just in time.
Oh, Kathy, let's test your prowess this week. You made it in for the backside, and this week,
Yes,
I thought I had a chance. Now Kathy's in.
I know.
This week,
be Duran.
She'll be
It's
kicking
full
your
on.
backside.
This week it's full on. There's no tape. It's a full on view of the backside.
All right.
Ah.
Let's get
No
this
tape.
all,
There it is.
we're gonna get this.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, maybe we're not going to get this. There we
See,
go.
hang on.
It's okay. We'll just give Derek a moment here with. Oh, look at that. Derek,
Right.
nice job, buddy.
There
Nice
you go.
job.
These
Oh,
look
that
like.
didn't work.
Oh, hang on.
You had it.
There we go.
There we go.
This didn't happen in rehearsal. But anyway, these here,
Yeah.
they look like lights, but they're not. They're like top hats.
They're top
silver
hats.
top hats.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just going to guess off the top of my head with just because I have to. I'm going to say Elton John.
Elton John. Let's
It
see
just,
what the
to me, that
survey
screams
says.
Elton John.
You think so?
Yeah. No. That to me. Okay, it's not Elton John.
Nice try.
Don't want to get too close. You might
5
read
top
the
hats.
tracks.
Okay, so. Oh wait, is that putting up the Ritz? Oh, what's his name? Oh my God.
Taco.
Is it Taco? Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah. The Ritz guy. Yeah. No. Oh, Dead Mouse.
Dead mouse. Wow. We need some questions here, guys.
Okay. UK or US?
What's that?
UK or US?
UK for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so it's UK. It's hats. It's flamboyant because that's
And no
pretty-
tape.
And no tape.
And this is a big band too, right?
They were a big band in like through the 70s, yeah, and into the 80s.
And
Yeah.
into the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Are they still active today?
Not. I think they like reunited a couple of times, but the main guy definitely still tours on his own, like one of the main. The main
Okay.
guys.
So he has his own label, like he tours by himself.
Yeah, under his own
Ah,
name. They've had a
okay.
few reunions, but the main guy who was doing all the
It's not
writing.
Pink Floyd, is it?
Pink Floyd. Let's have a look. See. Pink Floyd.
I don't remember that as a Pink Floyd album.
No, me either. But I just thought it could be some obscure Roger Waters left. Yeah, something. Yeah.
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 Oh,
Come on.
Kathy,
ELO.
ELO. It's been a while.
ELO. ELO. Hang on.
Ah. Come on, folks. We need some more guesses up here.
I don't know. I didn't know I had this. I've got quite a few albums by this outfit, and I thought, well, I don't even remember getting some of these. It's so long ago.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay, so this is a band. Is it a 5-piece band because there's 5 hats?
I think it was a 5-piece, yeah.
So it's a
Yep.
bigger band. 70s, 80s were big,
Mm-hmm.
and then split up and went. Is it like just one guy went solo, or did like
Yeah,
everybody?
yeah. He was like the main writer and everything.
Is he the
Paperback
singer?
writer?
Yeah, he sang as well. Yeah, he sang as well.
So he's the singer, went on his own.
70s,
Okay.
80s. Hey, Kathy, come on. This has got to be right up your alley. This is going to be some new wave or something.
I thought Junior might chime in. I thought he might have a stab at this one.
Oh, Junior, why? Are you going to say is it Rush? No, you said it was from
No,
UK.
it's not Rush. No, that's 3 in the.
Yeah, 3 and
Yeah.
from the UK. And
Yeah.
Wow.
What we got?
Oh,
Nice
nice
backside.
backside.
Yeah, what's the band, Keisha? Take a guess.
Blue Man Group.
Blue Man Group.
Were Blue Man Group around in the 70s?
Yeah, I don't think so. 70s.
Sorry, Nixter.
I have to make a guess for Ringo.
Okay.
Blood Rock Sausage.
I
Yeah.
know, I missed that guess.
Alphaville.
Who's Alphaville?
Alphaville. Young. Forever Young, right?
I want to be forever young. The voice of the drummer.
Oh,
Okay. So is the solo artist still going around today?
I believe so, yeah. I believe it's still, yeah, up to COVID. I don't know about since, but I think so, yeah.
ah,
Is it rock?
It is rock, yes.
It is rock and roll.
Mm.
Is it Carl Cox?
It's not Carl Cox. I don't think Carl Cox was around in 75.
75. Oh, that. So it's like mid. Now,
74, 75 and onwards. Yeah. This wasn't the biggest album. They had a really big album. I think the one after this.
So,
which I have 2 copies of. I don't know how come that happened, but I have 2 copies of it. But the good guesses, Nick. I like the guesses.
You like the guesses?
Nikki's guessing LMFAO.
Yeah. Oh, is that okay? I thought he was actually having a laugh. But is that
LMFAO, yeah.
No,
All
it's not that.
All right, quiet down, class. Take this seriously. Learn, look and learn.
Look and learn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can
Is
impress
that
people
a
with
foam
this.
cord across there? Does that foam cord have anything to do with it? At the top?
It's not actually a phone. It's a tightrope.
It's a tightrope. Oh, sugar.
Because it continues onto the front
onto
side.
the front. Now, oh my, okay.
So that must be the spotlight too.
Oh, it's not Elton
Right?
John. Oh,
All right.
it's going to be along the lines of Elton John, though. Somebody like,
No, I
no,
wouldn't have thought so.
not okay. Okay.
No, they're not flamboyant or anything like that.
Rock.
Wow, another one. Last week we had Blondie.
Yeah.
Oh, so is it punk era?
No,
Or
not
punk,
like
it is
progressive rock. I would say it's progressive rock,
Progressive rock.
but not like
Is that like the
way
Yes or
out
the-
there, but
like
kind
that-
of the
the Yes type of thing?
getting there. Yeah, that kind of stuff, but more like song orientated maybe than instrumental. But that's just me.
Yeah.
What's my spin on it?
Yeah. Oh, you've got to give us some more clues here.
Okay, in England they were on the A&M label, and then over here they were on Universal.
Yeah, we're all gonna know that one.
Like, are they even
Any
around
disc jockey
anymore?
worth his salt would immediately go, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking."
Oh yeah, I know who you are. Yeah.
And they lost a lot of their work, the masters, over in a fire at Universal. I can't remember when, was it the late 80s?
Vault Fire.
Yeah. Wow. Should we put it to one side, see if anyone guesses? Come on, Junior.
Junior, there's going to be somebody on a tightrope on the front cover.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's nothing to do with the band.
No, I know. It's like a clown or something.
You know, when we talk about backsides,
It's someone who dropped his top hat.
I'll give you a clue. When we talk about backsides, they go, "What?" And I'll go, "Is it mine that you're talking about?"
Yeah.
That's the only clue you're getting.
Is it mine?
Come on, Junior. You must get it from that.
That's how I guess Blondie was. Oh, from their label. Okay.
Yeah, Chrysalis. Yeah, I've saved that for you, Kathy. You can have the original copy all the way from 1977.
Kathy says the Beatles.
The Beatles, no, they were starting in the 60s. So
She spelled it wrong, too. She spelled it with an A. It's a joke.
I missed that. What did you say?
I said the Beatles, and she spelled it wrong.
No, she's talking about the Volkswagen.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, why don't we put that aside for a second?
We'll put it to one side here.
And why don't we, come back to this thing, and we'll bring on our buddy Junior.
Yeah, come on, Junior.
Oh, look at that! I got him with his head down. Yes.
He's going through his album collection
No
then.
red light here, bud.
See if he had that one.
Yeah, he's going through his album to see if he has the same one.
That's right. Looking at the back, it takes a bit of time to flip him around when you got him in a crate or on a shelf. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is. How are you?
Good.
Great,
Good.
you?
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit of a challenge, you know. How do you want to start?
At the beginning.
Okay. I guess sort of. I'll make it short. Thanks. Like a lot of us, as we're getting a little bit older, our doctors have us check on or get checked up and whatnot. So
Right.
in this case, it was a CT scan, and he had found something and wanted to make sure that what he was seeing, and sent me to a specialist.
Right.
Really great guy. I'll give him a plug. Dr. Toth, a specialist out of Ontario, and suggested that what happened is I have one of the girlfriends is a nurse. So anyway, I got the medical side. So what it ends up being, I'll just share this. Why not? It was 2 spots on my lungs, and one was about the size of a grape. The other was the size of a walnut. So at that time, kind of great to be hooked up to sometimes. But anyway, so he set me up to get down to Newmarket and get this taken care of. Now, in the line of taken care of means, I'm sure you may know things about it, but it's a biopsy and also taking the 2 spots away.
Yes.
In that, to answer it and why I kind of went up front with it is it was he said like a 70-30 kind of a split, you guys, on whether it be cancer or not.
Okay.
So, that's to get rid of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on your guys' show, there's so many, and that's what I always loved about your show. You guys cover such a variety of subject lines. But what I'm saying is, he also mentioned to me, and we wouldn't have imagined this, you guys, that in the testing of all this. So if you live somewhat near a factory,
Right.
what is in the air, regardless of all the legal filtering of whatever out there, it still gets out in the air, and we are walking, and we can be possibly and probably are breathing this.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other is, and it doesn't even have to be an older home, but of course the famous mold thing.
Yes.
Yeah, the black mold.
Yeah, so it's these are the other sides of it. So after I got the, it's funny because you guys know my character well enough, but after we got the serious medical side things aside, the concern for myself as a speaker, a professional speaker, was, are they going to have to cut me?
Yeah.
So now the girlfriend's freaking. She's going, he can't lose his voice. He can't lose his voice type deal. And I'm going, well, okay. But anyway, so I was talking to Derek actually privately. And so the initial plan was to go down the throat.
Yeah.
And do it that way.
Right.
It was only if they have to. I guess that's probably maybe a normal procedure. But anyway, it's funny about anesthetic.
Yeah.
I did not realize, honestly, until maybe not a day, but even maybe possibly 2 days, that they had actually
gone in,
cut me.
Right.
So now, because your brain is a little bit more with the program, so now Kim and of course in the doctor's instructions have explained what's going on. So a follow-up is coming up on the 28th. So I'll end it on a kind of, that's who I am, as you guys know, on a kind of a funnier note with all this. So the girlfriend, the nurse girlfriend, Kim, was kind of laughing because for 48 hours, I was not allowed to talk.
Wow, nice. That's funny.
And I have always taken that with tongue in cheek. So I know you guys have checked in, and I so sincerely appreciate that. I want to end it on this because your guys' show, we were talking about you yesterday, actually, Tamara and I, because as you know, I was at the rock pile.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm a very humble person, you guys, in all of my travels. So I did not, and you guys see this, I don't put my personal stuff to public. It's always music, or of course that I love my mom. You would know that, Derek and George, for sure.
Yeah.
So I won't give the names, but I talked to a couple of professionals, and humbly speaking, it was this, that Junior, you have people that care about you a lot. That are followers, listeners, and it's hard for me to say this, but even fans. So they want to know. So I made the posting. I'm sure Derek and George, you've seen it. Not that you're not on Facebook or Heiko rather.
Yep.
Oh my God, I am so I could lose it right now in the people in my corner with regards to that. So any of yous that were on there, I have to thank. I mean, it's a great support team when that happens, guys. It really is.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well,
Especially when you don't expect it, right? And it just happens, and you're like, "Oh my God, this is a little overwhelming," right? It's pretty cool.
It's similar. I heard you earlier, Heiko, to what you said about somebody just kind of acknowledging you.
Yes.
You guys have had me on your show. That's what I've been in this business for, not to acknowledge me, but to acknowledge the fan, the listener, the person that cares. That's who I am.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
To get acknowledgement like I do, it gives me strength, light, like nobody's business. I could almost go into that feeling of that guy that I could heal you. That's what kind of energy it gives me, type deal.
Well, energy does heal, right? We're all energy.
It is. So speeding things up, and again, thank you guys so much. And again, even kind of quickly getting me on tonight. I had two commitments. Sorry, unless you have a question. Sorry.
No. That's what I was going to ask. I was going to say, so how was it getting back up on stage?
It was. I always have said, Derek, when I talked in private, and George, you'll kind of dig it. So I'm not sure, Heiko, if you've been on stage or perform at any level. But there's a thing that I call excited butterflies. It's not a nervousness. I am, and again, I joke about that I have no problem talking, but believe it or not, I'm more comfortable talking to 10,000 than I am one-on-one.
Yeah. Absolutely true. Yeah.
But to answer that more, Derek, it's funny about I did not, and I said when you guys had me as a guest actually on your show, I stayed away from all the negativity that was attached with that thing, is what I call it now, happened.
Right.
But being away from it, it did affect me. And yet, so to get to it, when we did this festival last year. So when I got to it and was having the day before, it was that I was getting really excited again because there was a real, and it's going on. You guys can feel it everywhere you go. And like the hamburger story, outside to say the Karens that are out there, people are really collectively in a pretty cool mood because we're all allowed out now. So
I hate that word.
Yeah, I get it. I do. So when I got to it, it's actually the Georgia Bay Music Festival. This is our second year doing it. I did it last year, and the speech was just like the opening words were sort of like this, and you'll get this. I said, "How are you?" No, really, how are you? Because you are actually seeing your fellow Canadians, and so, like you were really like you're. I don't know how to put the words. So I did a little bit of that at the start of it. So that itself was put together. We had a green room like we were rock stars, put together by some good friends in Las Vegas Productions, they're called. And the lineup was, again, really, really cool. Shout outs to anybody on the page. If I can give some quick shout outs we had Marcel Orville there doing a really cool Neil Diamond thing. Bruno Nessie is one of the best Elvis impersonators out there to cover that demographic. Dylan Locke, I discovered him when he was 12, and he's done really, really well. Carl Rundown Band was a pleasant surprise. I'm sure that maybe even Derek, you may have heard the name because he has been down our way.
Yeah, I have a couple of times.
Yeah, but quickly on them, it was one of those moments because I hadn't seen them live, which does everything, right? It was like this guy was reborn of Sam Roberts, and I thought, what a compliment.
Yeah.
And especially being Canadian. And of course, the guys that put all this together at the Paul Sutherland stage, they're my sponsors, so I have to say that. No, I don't.
Paul Sutherland Chevrolet's Cadillac, yes.
Yeah. They'll laugh when they see this. Barstow Confession is the name of the band. They're out of Barrie. And they actually have FM airplay and whatnot. So really great bunch of guys. You'll hear more about me and one of their members coming up the next month. A pleasant surprise. We've all had this happen, you guys, even for us people in the industry where you've never heard of a band. And yet they're on the bill. Say, Derek, hey, maybe you are with them on that same bill. Never heard of them. But can I swear on here just half a second?
Yeah, go for it.
It was a real holy fucking shit moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, it was a beautiful day. It was hot. So we had 140 vendors. So that gets quite busy, as you guys know, with a gig like that. Type deal. And not as many up front because of the sun is not to knock what was going on, because of course we had a professional. Well, we had Jake Disman as our sound man there.
Oh yeah, Jake. He's a great guy.
Jake, yeah, who's sound man for April Wine.
Sound man in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of the best. So he does, he's a guitar tech for April Wine and does their sound. Yep. There's the thing about commitment. I'll pause for a sec. He had at the same day had Kim Mitchell and Miles Goodwin call for him to screw off to Halifax, but he couldn't go because he was committed to the show.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'm going to guess here, guys, for the sake of this conversation. A few hours later, Kim Mitchell needed him to do guitar tech work. But again, here he is at this festival.
Right.
So to my point about the festival, I've never heard the band. And I actually, because we were trying to hit the right demographic, was of some impression, which when I say the name here in a sec, I was thinking they were going to be country rock.
Yeah.
I don't even know what category they are in, but the band is called, and they're out of London, Ontario, called Texas King.
Really?
King?
King as in the king?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I say that because of all the shows, and you guys have been there at one of these moments. So as I said, now it's nice. Derek, you've seen the fireworks. We had about probably $30,000 in fireworks going off.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, like a spaceship had dropped off all these fucking fans of Texas King in front of the stage. I have not heard chanting like that in forever, along with these songs that they were doing.
Really?
And you're standing there and you're having that moment.
Right.
Like,
Right.
what in the hell?
Yeah. That's cool. That's very cool.
It was. So the festival went great itself, and then of course was concerned about
Texas King.
Yeah, there.
We'll check them out. Yeah.
Oh, is it too loud?
Yeah.
Okay, you got a bit. No, but especially Canadian talent, boys.
Wow. I'll have to look them up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Made a note.
And that's the cool thing. You mentioned bands on our show, and people follow up. People go, "Oh, okay, I'm going to check them out and see what they're all about." Yeah. Right?
This is why, even like when I've done my own podcast and such, people have got a kick out. You drop a lot of names. Look, it's about them.
Yeah.
As I said,
absolutely.
Well, again, you can catch the video if you like. You wouldn't have known this, Heiko, but I gave you a plug at the show yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So when I'm on stage, people, this is on this. I've been just if you happen to have caught, I've been on Barstool and Band Talk out of Halifax recently, and also the Hiekodelic show and blah blah blah. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers. Yeah.
Oh no, thank you very much.
Just to say about being nervous, Judy, just reminding me that when I was a young upstart many moons ago, in early 71, I was this cocky wannabe DJ, and I used to thought, this is it, it's a breeze kind of thing, and I used to knock on all these doors and clubs around even the local radio station, and I got auditions, but I wasn't very good, right? As you wouldn't be at that age, right? And somehow by a freak in the February of '71. I got a call into like this club called Time and Place in Manchester, and it's quite a plush place. I thought, I had no idea that this of all the places, I thought this would be the last place.
Yeah, you
So
never
anyway,
think they'd call you, right?
no, I thought, it was an over 21s club, and it was quite chic and swinging and all that, and it was like one of the places at that time. And I went there, and for some reason, the main DJ, Greg Edwards, he took me under his wing, right? And he said, "Yeah, have a go." It was like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock before it got busy. And then he said, "Okay, I'll take over." And took me back to the manager, and he said, "What do you think?" He said, "The boy did good. The boy did good. What are you paying him tonight?" And he got the manager to pay me for coming in on a cold night, right? He said, "He would."
Wow.
And then he said to me, "Anytime you want to come in early, 10 o'clock, and play for half an hour till it really gets busy. I'll take over." And it went to the point where I'm playing till for 2 hours, till midnight before he comes on. And then it's 20 past midnight. You know what I mean? I'm basically playing the bulk of the night. And in the meantime, this went on for a few months. And in the meantime, I actually got my own gig at a place called Your Father's Moustache in the center of Manchester as well.
I love his name.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And I remember going to him and I said to him, "Greg," and he was quite a name already, but they went on to even bigger things like the next year or two. By 74, he was doing Top of the Pops on the BBC. I said to him, I went to him, "I've got my own gig, Greg." He said, "That's fantastic." And I'm going, "Yeah, but I'm nervous. It's like my gig. It's not like someone's going to come in at 20 past 12 because I've cocked up. I'm going to be on that." And he went, "The day you stop being nervous, you stop being good." And I always remembered that. She said, "You always have to be a little bit nervous, otherwise you stop being good." And it stuck with me 50 years, and it's unbelievable. Yeah, I always remember that. And the thing,
still that story of Rod the Mod that to this day, people would be surprised that he sometimes throws up before he goes on stage. He gets that.
Yeah.
It's a nervous. I call it kind of a nervous butterfly.
Yeah.
So I love that you shared that story because I love that the way you shared that story, because it reminds me of what I talked about when I was on your show before, is that this music thing has become at the start of it all an addiction.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it becomes. So now you become a full-fledged hooer of music and the whole bit. And how many years
Hey, being a hooer of music.
Yes.
What has it gotten you? Whose guitar were you holding this weekend?
Okay. So thanks. That's a great lead in. And I want to talk about George for 2 seconds here, because I think that's very impressive. Is he not your friend, or what's going on here?
Who, George?
No, I'm the outsider. I'm a DJ.
I was kidding, Derek, but we'll get to that.
I've been known to play disco music. I don't really fit in with the rock stuff.
Not on this show.
George, you know what?
I snuck in the back door, I actually came to unplug the toilet, and they kept me on. That's how I got on.
Nice.
You could get sometimes the most hardcore rock guy and play a fucking disco song, and you'll catch him tapping his toe, or maybe.
That's one of my. I call myself a disco derelict househead that's trapped in a rock and roll body. That's one of my lines, right? It's just, it doesn't matter. I used to play whatever, like 79, say. I'd play whatever at a place like Tiffany's, and it's all disco at its peak,
Yes.
Get in the vehicle, in the van, drive home. I'm listening to Led Zepp. You know what I mean? It's like the two to me were Village People, The Who, same thing. Doesn't matter. It makes you feel good.
But I don't know. Can you guys? I can see George as kind of a boogie guy with all the fucking gear on too.
Didn't
you?
Collar up.
I didn't go to that extreme.
Too, George, didn't you? You had the boots, didn't you, George?
Yeah, everyone had them.
It's got the Elvis bling happening.
Yeah.
Where's your glasses? Have you, Junior, ever seen his red sunglasses?
Oh, I've not got them. They're in the van, actually.
Oh, they're up. Okay. See, he still uses them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, before I answer Derek's question, though, how about this, George? How many gigs do you think you've done as a disc jockey in your life now?
Oh, I've no idea.
Ooh,
Aha.
No idea.
good
Well, it's
question.
been over 50. It's been like what, 50? It'll be 52 years this year in December.
There you go.
But I mean, I didn't do very many through COVID. But I used to
No,
work
well,
seven.
that's
Yeah, but
nobody
that's
did
just the
anything.
last couple of
week.
years, right?
Yeah.
How about
Yeah.
before that? Were
Oh,
you
I've
did you
done
have a gig a month, 2 a month, 1 a week?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think that you can get an answer though, Heiko. It's the same as myself because I did
Yeah.
DJing as well at one time. I don't. Yeah, well, Derek, again, can you answer how many gigs that you've done as a musician?
Yeah.
You can maybe.
I could estimate.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you exactly. I bet if I went back and went through all my
Oh, sure.
flyers, but
Okay, what would you estimate then? 200, 300?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna be high hundreds. I'm gonna probably be closer to 7 or 8. I would have to think like with the House of Haunt, my first year we played 43 shows.
Right. Oh, I recall. That's right. You had a lot of gigs that year.
Yeah.
Yes.
This year I think we're already on track for 30. And we still have.
Did you get down
October.
east? I didn't see that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, you
Yeah.
Yeah, we did
that's
PEI, New Brunswick, and Halifax or Nova Scotia.
Yeah. Okay, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
So now we'll get back and answer that question if you like.
Yeah,
I just found that stuff with George really interesting because I've tried that path. That's why I joke about using this thing called music being a whore. You know, even with Hiekodelic, he has a show like this involved with something to do with music. So we're all been whores of this industry for all these years.
Oh yeah.
I think the only statistic I actually ever kept was when I was doing the cruise boats in Toronto. I was there from '94 till 2007. And I used to DJ them, but I was also putting DJs in, scheduling them, and I actually because of that was all like through the books because I had guys to pay and everything. I kept all the details of that.
Oh, I do have a picture of it right here. Sorry.
Oh, let's see. Oh no. Okay, we'll get to that then. Okay,
And,
so
I actually did.
He's really excited about this question, George. So I guess we better.
Oh, just quickly
He's
finish
like a
off.
bad wife. You got to give him his way, right?
Just to finish off on that.
So did we lead into
I did
this, Derek,
2,300 cruises, like that I was responsible for, of which I did just slightly under 1,000, and that's just cruises, right? So
wow, 1,000 cruises.
Yeah.
Let's lead into that question then, so it makes sense.
Okay, so
so on Sunday we did a show under the memory of Neil Peart, and it was for cancer. Where's my cancer research?
Nice.
Right.
Very nice.
Like a lot, it was postponed for some time and whatnot. So we had arranged, thanks to Mike Dale and people like that, we're all hooked up somewhat within the industry and knowing the guys in Rush as well, to have some really cool things and some people show up. Martin Popoff is one of the guests besides myself that has written books on Rush. So he was one of the guest speakers and of course talked in detail about some great stuff in regards to Rush. And then I want to make sure I get his name correctly. Is it on there? So I don't just scroll forever here. Lee is his name.
Okay, give me 1 second, and then
I want to make sure because man, oh man, I got all of everybody else's name here.
I don't see it here.
Okay, I got it here. Okay. Yeah. So within that, of course, we were having an auction, and it's still going on to raise money towards cancer research.
Yep.
And some really cool items are up for bid. Now, this item was not, but it was brought. If you are a Rush fan, I even said it on one of my intros that it's like sort of being part of the Holy Grail or touching any part of it. But anyway, so his name is Lee Keeley. He owns a real Alex Lifeson guitar. So that picture that Derek is holding, I was very fortunate to be able to slap that puppy on my back, guys.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Same
really cool.
DNA on them fingers as 3,000 other people. I mean, as Alex likes to.
Oh,
Wow.
am I in the right chord there? Is that what you're telling me? It's funny you say that because it seems to have been over my time, and I'll get to the other part, what you guys were talking about a minute ago. When I'm honored to hold a famous guitar, it's always the same key. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. So,
Hey,
there's
Johnny Ringo.
Hey, Johnny. Hey,
Ringo.
Junior.
Ringo, dingo, dingo, tingalingo. Where have you been?
These are hard shoes to fill, Ringo.
No, you're doing a fine
I'm
job.
doing my best.
Quick question for you, Junior. Do you remember the early noughties? There was a Rush fan club convention in Toronto. What year was that? Does that ring a bell at all?
He pulls out the
Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at that.
1983.
83 World Tour.
This was another thing that was funny, guys, again, because some of these guys had some great items that belonged to Rush, including one of the other guest speakers, but nobody had this jacket. So I just kind of went, wow.
Yeah.
So I feel even more honored. So I haven't found anybody that has this jacket. So it's pretty cool.
It is.
So where did you get that? Where did you get that jacket?
I got this from, again, I cannot use the name, from a close friend of Geddy Lee's when I was living in Newmarket, because his mom used to own the convenience store. I think, Derek, you knew that. When I worked with your sister at DJU as well.
Yeah.
And that's so they were able to obtain this for me back then.
Wow.
Right.
So,
Nice.
it's all about fortunate. This is why when I even posted there recently about that we recognize the fans and the listeners so much. You really sometimes, guys, even your show as well, Hiekodelic, Heiko, you don't know who the hell you might be talking to.
Yeah.
No, like you get a guest, but you don't know what they're all about, right? Or what until you start talking to them, right?
Oh,
so it's a surprise. You're kind of on edge, going, "Oh, is this going to be, good? Whatever." You don't know what you're going to get, right?
Well, it's the same as the drumstick story, Derek, right?
Yeah.
These. I didn't see the video. It was funny. I don't have the other scarf here. So what I did is I that Neil Peart scarf that I have. So I wrapped the drumstick in that. And I laid it on the stage, and I did one of these like this here. Okay.
Oh, really?
So I went over ceremonial like and unwrapped it. So everybody's watching, but they can't see what the hell I'm bringing up, right?
Yeah.
And all that. So then I bring up the drumstick, and all of a sudden everybody starts clapping after they realize. I said, "Look, I'm shaking." They realize what I'm actually holding. People wanted their picture taken with it and whatnot too. So real quick, I digress there a little bit. But thank you to of course the Rock Pile as always. It was so great to see Dom and Tamira and all the gang down there. But Mike Deo and the band 2112, all the guys in that band, phenomenal bunch of guys. I got to talk, of course, with them and more New Rock Brothers. It's too long of a name of too many people, but great bunch of guys. Donald Gazzilia, I have to give him a shout out, and I won't forget his name because I've known him for many years. Funny about music and travels, him and I have known each other, I'm going to guess like 20 years, you guys. We had never met.
Oh.
He was going this way. I was going that way. He was going this way. I was going that way. We met finally at Rockpile yesterday. And this is the gentleman who does all those professional photographer for Rush, Pat Travers. The list is just endless.
Yeah.
I feel so that those pictures that you saw on my wall there that I give him the shout out, that's his work, Derek. So
nice.
But
nice, very good.
Yeah.
So you were from Newmarket once upon a time.
Yeah, when I was at Q107, I lived there in it's 88, 89, 90.
Okay.
The first job I landed, as I say, was with the same company that Derek's sister worked for, and we sold special effect light. My department sold special effect lighting, pyrotechniques,
Right.
sound equipment. They also had knockoff guitars and so
Mhm.
on. And
Yeah.
actually, Derek's sister was in charge of all the money.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess
Wow.
that's her type of thing. Accounting.
She
and
was
stuff
one
like
of
that.
yeah, she was one
Now
of the
does-
cooler people there.
Oh, she does that.
That's
for
how you
the-
got that cool haircut.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool. You mentioned Newmarket and you mentioned Dr. Toth. My wife works there too. She works with him, and I've heard so many
Oh, you're
fabulous stories about this doctor on how good he is. So just to let you know,
Newmarket
from what I've
Hospital.
heard, you're in good hands, buddy.
Newmarket
Yeah,
Hospital, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. People sometimes will cry and carry on, sometimes about hospitals, from the entrance to the, that's always a funny story, and I'll share because I, at this point in my life, don't care. Well, I can say that. 2 things that have happened to me, and it continues sometimes the odd time, is people will actually ask me, is Junior your real name? And I've often gone, well, what the fuck do you think it is? I don't say this, right? But it's like, no. I have had the other, I have had other people, and I won't give the names, but actually say, well, you should come up with a stage name. And I'm going, I've said this for years. Well, why should I do that when I've looked into it? Do you know how many fucking people with the name of Junior that are in the entertainment music industry and the radio broadcasting industry? None.
So, it's good to go. Good to go.
Type thing. So anyway, to the point, and the funnier part of this, I'm proudly named after my departed father, and his first name was Emil.
Okay.
Spelt Amile.
All right.
Okay.
Through my life, including the Newmarket, lovely, pretty girl too, at the Newmarket Hospital, I have gotten so many times that they come out and they ask for Emily LeClaire.
And you come out and you do this with your hair, right?
I'm over here. But in a real deeper radio voice. Yeah, I'm Emily.
I'm over here.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah. What I miss the most, actually, Heiko, and out of everything, I used to hang around actually with Wayne Parker from Glass Tiger, because as you know, their boys are all from there. But St. Cinnamon's in the Upper Canada Mall, it was like a crack addiction. Have you had them before when they were there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's wild, eh?
Yeah. I see. My parents split when I was a kid. My dad lived in Newmarket. My mom lived in Uxbridge. So Newmarket was kind of my home away from home, right?
Right.
Kind of was my second home.
Yep.
Yes. I liked it for
every other weekend.
the reasons. Well, it was a
So it's kind of cool to go to the mall than in Newmarket, right? When you were a kid.
It was actually what the main hangout in Newmarket. They had a wicked arcade, one of the best arcades around. Palace Place, and it was right before Yonge Street. Where Baskin Robbins is. So it was just up there, and man, it was the best arcade ever.
Yeah.
I was there when there was a jumbo video there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, to chip in here, guys, I was on vacation '83. Where was I? Mount Albert, I think.
Yeah.
Briefly, and I think that's when I went to Newmarket a few times to the centre there, and there was a record store in there. I can't remember the name of it. And it was 1983, and I bought a Men at Work record, the Australian band.
Why?
And I still have it. And I want to use it one of these nights as a backside, right? And I thought, it's too easy. It's too easy. Maybe I'll use it. I don't know. But yeah, I remember.
There you go.
I went there about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, because it's all construction stuff at the back of it, right?
Yeah. So it's a bit of a giveaway. But it was 83. Yeah. I was there for like 7 weeks, so I had lots of time to move around. Yeah.
George, this is an open.
Oh.
Oh, there, yeah.
Are you
my usage union?
Woo! Awesome.
There you go.
You know what, Derek? You really is like a punch in the head. You just put me back to the arcades.
Yeah, man, wicked. Eh?
Oh my God!
If
What
you had $20 in an arcade, you were there for all day.
What a time that was in my life was the arcades. And in our mall where I grew up in Ajax too, we had a really cool arcade. And then it got too noisy to be in the mall, so there was always like all the stores, and the noise coming out of the arcade was nuts, right?
Yeah, just kids.
There was a guy that, and all the machines, right? All the noise. A guy in town opened a pool hall, and the whole front of the pool hall, down the walls, was arcade machines. And then he had the Boston tables in the front, and then you had the snooker tables in the back with the bar and the restaurant. And what a hangout! What a place to go! Just even if you got $5 in quarters, you're there for the night, right?
Yeah.
So we used to in Uxbridge in the bowling alley is where our hangout.
Oh, upstairs.
Yeah. So the backside, it used to be billiards and arcade.
Yeah.
So we used to the guy who would go up there, he would leave a key in the back. So me and my buddies would go and we would grab the key and we would open it and we'd tap the credits. Right? So we'd put in
shit. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and then we put it back, right? And then one guy ended up stealing a bunch of stuff and
then you always have the dickhead, right?
But yeah, we did that for like 2 years. So we'd go up with like $2, right? We're like, yeah, we're really good at this game, and just Bubble Bobble was the big game back then for us.
Yeah, right? I got a lot of guys in shit because same thing. Like there was this pinball machine that I rocked. If I had 4 quarters, guaranteed I'd be on that for 45 minutes to an hour. It was called Silver Ball. Okay. That was my machine. I could just rock the shit out of that machine. But then you get those days where you run out of money, right? Because you try other shit and have some fun. Yeah. And I figured something out. I went to Canadian Tire one day to the electrical section, and where they have the metal electrical receptacle boxes, not the home ones, but the industrial ones. They have the knockouts. Well, I looked, I go, shit,
slug.
That's the size of a quarter. So I go to the hardware and I get pliers and I start taking all these knockouts off, and I'd leave the store and then it would have that little nub on the end. I'd be filing it off on the curb, right? And then I'd go to the arcade with a pocket full of slugs and play games.
So you're the one who got us all caught for doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
Ruined it for all of us. Way to go, Hike.
Oh, no, I didn't ruin nothing. It was great.
Okay, so just because we're on this stupid stories about
it's funny.
It's good.
Vending machine. Okay, so the same guy who did the arcade did our vending machines in the school. So this guy goes to the school and opens up the vending machine, and some kid who we all know who it was grabbed 2 bags, and it was all the change.
Oh shit! Oh.
Right. So kid steals the 2 bags, and that's a couple $100 in these, right?
Oh yeah,
big bucks then.
Goes up to the arcade.
Oh no!
Can I change these in?
Right? No.
The owner of the arcade's like, yeah, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
Yeah.
Calls the guy and says, hey, this guy's trying to get like he ends up calling the office. He's trying to change money. He didn't even know he was robbed yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh, shit.
He was at the school, and they're like, oh, he's at the school. So they ended up calling the cops, and the cops came up and went, this is a little suspicious, son. And then they went to the school and got the guy who, hey, guess what?
Yep.
So what happened,
man?
What happened there? Or to the guy, rather.
Well, he got in trouble. He got like probation or whatever. He was a doofus. He's dead now. One of those guys that couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Okay.
Right.
You know what? That should happen more in life as opposed to the good people. I agree. The people that deserve it. So that makes me think, because of this time frame, a great conversation, George. Because you would be in England at this time, correct?
Yeah. I came here. I moved here in '87.
Okay, so but in this time frame that the boys are referring, and I'm talking a little bit about, Were arcades popular in England as well?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, actually, the first job I ever had was the best job I ever had, and it's been downhill ever since, as I say, because it was the summer, of '68, and in England I was going from like the fifth form into the sixth form. Like when you're 16 years old, you take your O levels. I'll do a couple of years, and then you go to university. So I had this summer job. My dad got me this summer job because one of his friends had an automatic machine company who did like one-arm bandits, the first of the electrical like one-arm bandits, jukeboxes, and pin tables. And I got picked up from my mum's house, front doorstep, driven in, and like the job for like 8 weeks entailed like playing pinballs that came in for being fixed. So some of the guys would be fixing machines. Go, George's, like a bag of sixpences they were.
Yeah.
And I'd play all day. Or they'd take me out on the road. They'd take me out on the road.
Make sure it worked okay, right?
Yeah, you had to tally up that it was paying out and the scoring and everything, right? So,
nice.
So he was one of the. Hey, you hear that, Dirk? He's one of the original game testers, for God's sake.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's what I used to do. It was
beta tester.
They'd just leave me all day. They'd be out on the road doing service calls. So some days they'd take me out with them on the service calls. So we'd go to like cafes and clubs. I'd get fed, free drinks, everything. They were changing the records on the jukeboxes. So anything I wanted off jukeboxes, they gave me, took them home, and I got paid for it. This was why 8 weeks in my life.
Why the hell did you ever leave that job?
Yeah. Well, no, it was summer job, right? I had to go do.
I would have made that full time. Holy shit!
Well, yeah, it would have been nice. My record collection that summer went like, woof, like through the roof.
I bet, right?
And one day they even said to me, like, George, you seem to like all the music and the records. Just check the back room, right? There's some in there. I'll go in this back room. And there's records going back like a couple of years. There's like massive cardboard boxes. Yeah. Just everything like from the 60s, 64, 65. Wow. It's like going back like 4 or 5 years. I'm like, oh, yeah. You know, coming in. And my mum's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just going upstairs to listen to these, man. It was just the best time of my life. And it had to end, of course.
Wow, that's cool. That's very, very cool.
Yeah.
It almost felt like it was the year he lost his virginity, the way he's carrying on there.
It was even better than that.
It was better than that. It paid off.
Honestly.
Either way, he was digging.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
No, I'm often curious on that because of the fact of things and how that time has revolved in regards to, you're living in another part of the country. Was that popular as well? It's always intrigued me on regards to what's popular and whatever.
Yeah.
Well, especially at the same time, it's like you don't know. Like, hey, right now, heavy metal is big. Is it big over there? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah, I'm always. I think of because I see, and you guys were talking earlier about Anvil. So when I did the show with them, 2019, that's the picture that Steve is his name. Lips, the guitar player, Steve is his name. So I've known him for a few years. His buddy showed up, who is the guitar tech for Ted Nugent, and that's that picture I shared with you guys one other time. Mm-hmm. So it's funny. And then to answer the other, quite frankly, this Steve and Anvil will play anywhere.
Yeah. Nice.
Always have, always will.
So I'm gonna say it would have been early 2000s. We used to have big field parties out here. Okay, and one year we had Anvil come out. And we used to just get like a bunch of cool local bands and stuff, right? We growing up out here, we had a couple of signed bands, right? We were like touring and stuff. So they're like, hey, we'll use some connections and get some big bands out here. We ended up having parties like with thousands of people, like 1,500
but see
2,000.
that show I saw last Thursday, it was Anvil in a bar. And it was so intimate. There was a couple hundred people in there all around the stage. My table was right beside the stage. If I sent you some of the other pictures, I'm right there, right? And it's funny, the guitarist, it was funny, he'd always turn to look at people and I'd be in there giving him a thumbs up and shit. And he'd just nod, right? And to watch their show in that environment, in the pub, they're amazing, right? But when you see that, you go, I could see the same show in a stadium, and it would still, you'd be rocking thousands and thousands of people. That they still have it, man. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
To see a band like that.
At the age that they are and all that, that's a different level. Derek will tell you in regards to, even going into, say, a crowd of even like you think you're cooking at 300, and then all of a sudden if you get to say 1,000 to 5,000 or something, but they've always had the ability to do one or the other. Did he share any of the Lemmy stories when you seen him, Heiko? Because he likes to share those when he's on stage. Did he share any of the Lemmy stories? Lemmy from Motorhead.
Actually, I think yes, he did. He did bring it up, and he said that they were best buds and they hung out, and a lot of the people going like, "Holy shit, Motorhead!" I could hear it. I could hear it.
Yeah,
that's funny you say that, because yes, he did share. That was pretty cool, even for me to hear it.
Yeah, his favorite one was they almost missed a show, the two of them, because they had been doing so much blow and Jack Daniels all weekend that they were just gone.
Okay, so
wow,
they did. They literally missed a whole day because they were so whack.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah, that happens. Yeah. So Lemmy's thing was speed, because heroin kills and coke takes everything from you, so you do speed.
is this advice from Derek the drummer?
No,
other drugs are available.
That's advice from Lemmy. Yeah, if you're gonna be a rock star, this is what you gotta do.
The one thing I can say, being there and being that close, like you're walking in front of the stage, and they're right there, like they're 6 feet away from you, and watching these guys play, you look at their faces, and they're loving this. They're into the music. They're doing it for the love of the music, and that alone just makes you feel so good about being there while getting to watch the show. Right?
You're bang on, Heiko, because when I talk to them in the green room or privately and knowing them, all these guys, and I know that Ringo calls them retreads, which is a funny kind of a thing. But anyway, that's why they're still doing it. When I sit and talk with Lee Air, when I sit and talk to Pat Travers, when I sit and talk to Steve and those and Chris and Rob,
is Pat Travers that snorting whiskey, drinking cocaine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course redoing that old song, "Boom Boom" and "Out Go the Lights."
Yeah, boom, 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 out go the lights. Yeah.
But awesome. The point being, Heiko, is these people, and they've been on these major stages, bro. But
yes, they have.
Back to my favorite and why because I have as well. Fortunate, but I'm as just an intro guy, but. Why I love the Rock Pile so much. It is that Derek knows, and you guys have been. It's so intimate.
Yep.
That like, you can, and in most cases, you can meet. I don't know of any band that I covered. It was 60 shows in 2019 that Steve didn't arrange for anybody to meet who was our headliner.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, so that's when we opened up for Tim Skold. Tim Skold is Marilyn Manson's bass player.
Yes,
right. Like that guy's played on the biggest stages in the world.
Yes.
And Steve's just like, yeah, hey, come on here. Hey, Tim, this is fucking, this is Derek.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you. And just a very, very pleasant man. But this guy's a guy who, like, for me, I grew up listening to that stuff. He's done what I've always wanted to do. He's played all the big stages. He's made the money. He's made a living at music. So when I see a guy like that, to me, you get, I don't want to say starstruck, but I appreciate meeting these guys. It's like, shit, like I get to hang out with you, not hang out, but sometimes you do though. There is other times when they'll have a day off and they're in Toronto and they're like, hey guys, we don't know Toronto. Like, what is there to do? We want to go see Toronto, right? And
Right.
who do they ask? They ask the guys that they play with, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or if they don't, if they don't already have people that they know. But
Yes.
a lot of bands are touring at the same time too, right? So you can't hook up with your buddies.
Yeah.
Michael, you got something going on. Is there something that we're not aware of?
Again, Derek's doing it to me all night. You mentioned Marilyn Manson, and my brain went woohoo.
Okay, yeah.
It's probably about 12 years ago or so when Ontario Place was fully active. You know, the amusement park they had there, the water slides, and all that great stuff at Ontario Place in Toronto.
Yeah.
It's been a while, right?
Yeah.
I was there with friends, family, the kids. The kids were small, and we did all the rides and stuff all day. And then in the afternoon, we said, we're just going to chill. You kids hit the water park, right? Go play in the water, because it was a hot day. I did the slides and stuff too. And we had a nice little place by the fence all set up in the shade, so we could all chill. That night, Marilyn Manson was playing at the amphitheater at Ontario Place. So it's about 2:00 in the afternoon. They go to do a sound check and stuff, and they do a couple of tunes, right? And the water park is right behind where the stage is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's going on about killing cats and all this stuff, and you see parents just going,
Time for
"What
some
the
cake
fuck?"
and soda.
And they're running, and they're covering their ears, kids, and they're hauling them out of the water park. That water park emptied in like 20 minutes. Everybody was gone, right?
They thought, oh my God,
it was so funny, right? So whatever. We stayed, did our thing, and long story short, end of the night, we left the park. It's dark now. We're going to our car in the parking lot, and out in the parking lot, there's a little building that belongs to Ontario Place, and there was just a lineup of women, right? So we're walking by and go, what the hell's that all about? So we stayed with the kids. The ladies went down, blah, 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 blah. And it took about 45 minutes, and they come back, and they had this shit-eating grin on their face. And I go, what happened? What was that all about? It was all the mothers complaining that their kids had to listen to Marilyn Manson. We got all our money back, plus, because we had coupons, but they gave us all our money back for the entire fucking day, parking, food, everything. So we actually made money that day. Thanks, Marilyn Manson. It was awesome.
all I can say is I gotta play on some words there. The beautiful people, the beautiful people.
It's all relative to the size of your steeple.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, it was great. Yeah.
Well,
shit happens.
I missed that Ontario Place a lot. So many memories as opposed to changing it.
I saw so many bands there. It was the place to go. It was fantastic.
I saw the reunion of Lighthouse. I stayed for both shows. That's how old I am.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it was fabulous. All the original members of Lighthouse.
Nice.
So Grant Fullerton lives up here.
Where?
Up in
here?
Sunderland. He's in Sunderland. He has a bar in Fullerton's. Yeah.
Holy shit.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah. This area was
Derek, by the way, just off of where your cottage is, last week. Yeah, last week or 2 weeks ago. My friend downstairs, Lou, was telling me she was out on her boat, and her boyfriend, as she puts it, noticed this guy. It was stopped. His boat couldn't do anything. Blah blah blah. So we went over right away. Need a hand? My boat won't start. Nothing. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I'll tow you to wherever. Okay, that was Tom Cocker.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
He's up here quite a bit.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Tim Mitchell as well.
There's a lot of people that hey, just keep on walking.
Yeah.
You
Well,
never know
again,
who
a lot of these people, we met them 30 years ago, right?
Yeah.
In the prime, the rock and roll, blah. There was, all the bands out there, and like look at Kim Mitchell. the guy had hair like junior hair, like just woohoo, full head of hair. Now you see the guy, he's like freaking bald, right? So you do the double take. It kind of looks like someone I know, but it doesn't click, right?
That's a good point. Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Right?
a very good point. Yes. I remember my funny story with that though. Ken always worked to an advantage. I'll share this with you because I think it's really quite funny. So I'm at a place in Barrie, and this guy comes up. He's all dressed in cowboy outfit, really cool looking. And it was at a jam. So anyway, he goes, "Wow!" He said, "I can't believe you're here." And I go, "Oh, okay, yeah. Are you here to play?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to play." "Wow," he says, "I can't fucking believe that Gordon Lightfoot is playing here."
Nice. Oh my God, that's
I
awesome.
said, "What am I, 100?"
Creeping around my back door, buddy.
It's too bad you didn't know Gordon Lightfoot too, and you could have got up there and just wailed away, right? Oh my God, that's funny.
My hair was darker, and actually, when I wear a wig every Halloween, I've been mistaken for Alice Cooper though a lot in my life.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But not so much now with the white hair. He still has black hair, of course.
Of course.
Oddly,
Yeah.
I'll do anything for you.
It's magic. Yeah.
Well, Heiko, it is 11.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Before we go, we still got the
yeah.
backside.
Yeah, we got to get George's
Yeah.
backside in here.
It was never solved.
not
this is
solved
one of-
yet. Did you hit my
Please
clue,
don't.
Junior, by the way? I thought you would have got it from my clue.
No, I'm totally stuck blank. I've been
I'll
on a
give you a
lot of
clue.
dope lately, so
Yeah. But I mean, it's funny you should mention Tom Cochran because I like to put a picture on one of my frame posters here each week. A different one. I was going to put Tom Cochran up tonight. I've got like a Tom Cochran poster there, but that's the Beatles. It's actually a tea towel, but that's a story for another day.
You know that
Wow.
story quickly that I told you before, since you mentioned the Beatles. You know you're getting old when a kid asks you, "Was Paul McCartney in another band before Wings?"
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, you know you're getting old when people say that Kanye West found this Paul McCartney guy.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. That's absolutely
So
And-
true.
and when people tell you
got everybody
that-
stumped.
Rush was a bar band.
No,
Yes,
that's Iron Maiden.
they actually.
That's Iron
opened
Maiden.
for,
That's Iron
they
Maiden.
opened for my uncle's band. I have a poster. They opened for A Foot in Cold Water as well.
Oh, wow.
No, Foot in Cold Water. They had that one song.
Yeah.
Make me do anything you want.
Yeah. Wow.
Make me do anything you want.
Wow.
Wow.
Voice of a drummer.
Yep, that's right.
Brilliant.
All right, George, come on. What is
This
it?
is-
George?
Let's
This
see
has
it.
never happened before.
Yeah, I know. Come on.
Okay. Okay, so it's got a
Phil
clown
Collins.
on the front.
Phil Collins.
Oh, is it Genesis?
Hang on. Phil Collins, Genesis.
Yeah, that's it. I can tell the pause.
Hang on.
No, he's got to find his button.
Hang on. Hang on.
No, it's not
Genesis only had 3 members. Come
Oh,
on.
did it? I didn't know
Yeah, this band had 5 members.
5. With the main
okay.
duo, main writer.
And the
I
know it's
singer
getting
is
it. All right.
is
All right,
still
this is it.
performing today. Come on, George, you got to help us out here. Everybody's
right.
stumped.
Junior,
They got
did you hit the clue
Wings.
again? Oh, Wings. Hang on. We've got to buzz Kathy here for that.
No, it's not a Wings album. No.
All right, here we go, Junior. You're going to be. Are you ready for the clue?
Absolutely.
If someone said, George, is that your backside? I'd go, is it mine? Is that what you're asking?
I'd say yes.
Is it mine?
Is it mine? A song
Is
called
it
"Is It Mine."
Oh, it's on my tongue. Read it.
Is it mine? British band.
Oh, hang on. It's not Supertramp
Supertramp!
or the Boys.
Nice. Wow, you had everybody stumped there, George. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
It's
Yeah.
called Famous
Well,
Last
he did,
Words.
because actually, and George kind of gave me that clue because he had asked me a few months ago with regard
That's right,
to making
last year,
sure on the song. So as soon as it just didn't click in. I'm on a lot of dope there lately. So
I did my best. I did my best for you. This is one with It's Raining Again on. I think this was one before Breakfast in America.
Raining again.
That's right.
Oh,
Oh no!
I nearly won that one. But I think I'll take that down in the win column for me personally.
Yeah, you did pretty good there.
I wouldn't have got it without the clue, so you're right.
I know.
Thank you very much for having me on, guys.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Junior,
Anytime,
before you
buddy.
go, you still got my tea for me, haven't you? You got some tea there. You said you're hanging.
It's right here.
Look at that.
I don't clean my
Right there.
fucking living room.
All right, okay. I'll hold you to
Nice.
that. Yeah. A nice cup of tea.
You know what? We really need to get together sometime in person,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
right? The show thing
Derek
is
wasn't
wonderful,
so
but
busy. We were going to meet at Derek's cottage there, but
We'll
it gets
come up
so
to my
busy.
cottage.
Yes.
Well,
Set a
tell me
date for
when.
Derek's cottage.
Yeah.
tell me when.
Close it.
That's all I need to
Let
know.
us all know. You have our numbers there, Derek. So
Yeah.
have your people call our people.
Before it gets
Yeah.
freezing.
Yeah, his doc is in, but we don't need a doc. We just need each other. So
When it gets too cold, I don't have
It's not
water.
fun. Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
We don't need water. We'll bring our own.
No, you need water to pee and to poop.
We'll bring our own.
and eat.
Well, plus, you guys know you're right in my backyard as well, where I live. So
There we go.
We'll
We can
we'll
go
make
there.
sure you guys get to.
All right. Nah, it'd be awesome. We need to get together. That'd be cool. So let's plan that. And I want to thank all the people that were part of our show tonight. First to you, Junior. Thanks for coming on. That was wonderful. It's nice to always see your name
Thank
pop
you.
up, and then to have you come on, it's even better. We got great stories to talk about all the time. And I want to thank Deborah for being number one today. We missed our number one fan that comes on every week. I won't mention her name, but Deborah beat her. So we got Deborah, Richard, Junior, Danny, Nikki, Kathy, Keisha, Murph, Tams, and Johnny Ringo for showing up from wherever the hell he is from up north. Anyways, guys, it's been a great show. We hope to see you all again here next Monday night at 9:30 on the Hiekodelic Show. Have a great week, everybody. Cheers.
Do well, everybody.
Cheers.
Stay tuned, stay dancing, my friends.
Oh, we will.
Sure you stay dancing. Oh, you guys are too much.
Well, that's another wrap for the Hiekodelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Hiekodelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Hiekodelic Show, please find us at www.thehiekodelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Hiekodelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Hiekodelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@thehiekodelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.thehiekodelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Hiekodelic Show, fans.